about to show you an ad from a super PAC attacking former FBI Director James Comey. It's being released today, timed to Comey's Senate testimony. Watch this.
As head of the FBI, James Comey put politics over protecting America. After the FBI banned terms like radical Islam for political correctness, Comey allowed the dangerous practice to continue. When terror attacks were on the rise last year, Comey was consumed with election meddling, and after he testified before the U.S. Senate, Comey's own staff admitted some of his answers were flat out wrong. James Comey, just another D.C. insider, only in it for himself. Paid for by Great America Alliance.
Okay, the creators of that ad wanted CNN to run it as a commercial without discussion. But we thought it better to invite the people behind the ad onto New Day to talk about it. So I want to ask you about what you say the facts are, because we did some fact checking of your ad, your commercial. And so let's just talk about that, because one of the things that you claim in the commercial, you say terror attacks surged 650% last year worldwide under James. Well, no, you don't actually say worldwide. You say that they surged last year. You don't mention that that figure is worldwide. And somehow you seem to suggest that that was James Comey's fault. How is James Comey responsible for a terror attack in Nigeria?
No, again, this isn't an attack on James Comey's character. This is talking about he was worried more about the election than as his record as FBI director. And, you know, the narrative that the media seems to be able to point out is that he was fired so that, you know, Trump can, you know, save himself. And that's not the reality. Donald Trump, President Trump fired James Comey because he felt in his tenure, and by the way, many Democrats called for his firing.
Sure, I remember, but just about
on
this fact, in your or this so-called fact in your commercial, do you think it's misleading to say that terror attacks surged 650% under James Comey?
They did, you know,
worldwide.
Prior to James Comey, you know, there was a culture in the FBI that said, hey, we're not going to use certain words, radical Islamic terrorism. That's something that Donald Trump said during the campaign. That is something that got carried out throughout Mr. Comey's 3.5 years.
I know that started under Robert Mueller.
And so that was something that we believe.
Sure, but
absolutely,
but yes,
and we made that clear, and we made that clear in the ad.
Understood.
But here's the point, Allison.
No, hold on, Eric. I just want to hear the answer to this.
Go ahead.
Do you think that James Comey is responsible for terror worldwide, and the 650%?
Of course not.
Okay, so what happened in Pakistan and Nigeria? No, even though that's what you're implying in your ad.
No, but the FBI has a role in reducing and hopefully eliminating domestic terrorism. One of the ways in which they were able to do that, and there is a record under James Comey on what that is, our point of the ad is to demonstrate that he may have been more concerned about the political process than he was as his record as FBI.